we go. Now you should hear me. Great. Good afternoon, everybody, and Happy New Year. I wanted to get back into the swing of things with streaming. So here I am, January 2nd. See how many of these I can get done today. Let me turn this background music on. Lovely. Great, great, great. Let me pop this chat out. Hopefully that works. Yep, there we go. We got our chat going now. Sweet. So today I downloaded a bunch of photos of Wemby last night. Figured I haven't made a Wembyana graphic, so I was like, all right, let's do that. So let me pull this over here. What I have set up, man, come on, computer. This is a standard 4x5 grid, 4x5 ratio graphic. So if I show you what this is a 3000 by 3750 size graphic. Bridge open for some reason. Let's quit out of that. And essentially, this is just a size I like using. I know other designers use this. This is 4x5, so if I post this on Instagram, it fits in there. Now we can always go in and change that. We might change it to be a like sports card size, which is a different ratio. But I like to start off with this. So I'm going to pull up some photos I downloaded. I went ahead and downloaded some photos of Wemby, and I did some editing on them already. But these are the ones we're going to use. This is a photo of not Wemby at all. This is Wemby. So I have these three photos. And what I've been really getting into or trying to figure out for some design stuff is just different styles. Like I was trying to get away from things everybody does. So this is my Pinterest. I've been really going into this like crazy maximalism sort of Japanese stuff like this. Just sort of chaotic Frutiger Aero-esque sort of thing. If we search actual Frutiger Aero. So Frutiger Aero is like this. So it's natural nature stuff, lots of liquid water. It's like what you would see on stuff. But like this is really cool. So like I like this. So I want to try and do something like this with Wemby. What is that going to end up being? Who knows? Okay, so let me hop back over here. So I have these three photos downloaded. So I've got one of him, smaller, sort of pointing, him dunking, and then this large photo here. And this is probably going to be the large photo, the largest part of this, the focus. So on this, one thing to note is I've got these guides set up, and to do that I've gone to view guides, and if you go to new guide layout, it allows you to set up whatever guide you want. So I always set up a 2x2 row and column with some sort of padding around the edges like this. And the reason I do that is so I have stuff either intentionally going off the edge or something inside the edge. That way it's not nervously close to one of the sides. One thing you can do in here though, and I'm going to do that here, is I'm going to do like 8x10. Come up with like this big huge grid. Might be too big. So what I can do is I can go back to that same thing and I can say clear existing guides. I can do like 4x5. So I have this sort of better looking grid. Now are we going to use it? Who knows? Maybe I'll put his face in this center spot here. I know I want to use this photo of him dunking. Let's just put that up here for now. And then this photo of him, let's put that here and make it a little bit larger. What I'm doing here is I'm thinking compositionally. You know, I don't want something to cover his face unless it's intentional. Like this would be kind of weird. But I'll put something here. I also thought of a different thing I wanted to do, but we'll save that for a different stream. I had this cool Squid Game idea that I wanted to do, but we'll do this. So I don't really know what I want to do with this. So I'm just going to kind of look on here and sort of get an idea. Like this is kind of cool. I like the pattern here that's going on. Now I know I have a pattern on here already because in the class I teach, one of the things my students have to do is make a pattern. So I actually have that pattern in here. And I have a bunch of patterns in here. So I have this pattern here. It's just LED. So I can make this like 15%, it's like 25. Let's put it like a, 42-degree angle for no reason. And then hit OK. So what I can do is I can manipulate this however I want. You know, I can cycle through blending modes. They're not going to look good until I get to overlay and soft light, mainly soft light. So maybe I set that to like 50%, and that's just there. I'm going to hide it. We can always use it later. Like this. I think I'm going to use a lot of these sort of starburst things. You know, maybe we do something with the font that's sort of kooky. Maybe we use Illustrator and do their like 3D font. I haven't really played around with that. I think that might be a good idea. But I want to do something weird with this. You know, like this look without sort of the paper cutouts. More like this. Now the thing that makes this though is like the crazy angles. And obviously I don't have these crazy angles of these Wemby photos. But maybe we can fake something. Maybe we cut his head out even more so his head is floating or something like that. But like this style is like big dramatic angles back and forth. But this is sort of what I want to do. Maybe we get real kooky with it. And we cut some eyes out or something like that. It's Wemby the alien, so maybe we can do something with that. So let me go to Envato. And actually let me go to archive.org. So there's a couple other places I like to look for stuff. I'm going to search alien eyes. Alien eyes. I want to see what pops up on here. So this search is like their archives for things. So there's 1,500 results. I want to do like texts. Because usually it's like books and stuff. So like, is there something in a book that there's like really creepy alien eyes? Or is there a specific alien type eyes, since that's sort of his logo? You know, I should probably look at his logo. Wemby logo. What does his logo look like? Yeah, it's just sort of these slants. We can make that. So maybe we do that in Illustrator. So I'm going to open up Illustrator because I got an idea for that. Maybe we use those shapes on his eyes and we invert something, or we have an effect on it. We're going to do a couple different things. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to get rid of these two guys. We're going to focus on this. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to hop in here. This is the edited version of this. There's a ton of edits on here I did. But I'm going to group this all together. Let me open up Keycaster. For some reason, my keychain does not want to, or my spotlight just doesn't want to find stuff. Keycaster. So if I open this up, this will show you what keys I'm hitting. So I can go like that. Okay, good. And is that in a spot you guys can see? Yeah, so let's move it right there. Okay, so now you can see what I type. But let's go back to Illustrator, which is hidden and down here. I'm just gonna make a new file. I don't care what size this is. We're gonna put this over here so you guys can see it though. Whoop. Don't need that up. So his eyes are just sort of like this. I'm gonna grab these edges and pull them in like that. Like those are sort of what the alien eyes are, except they're a little chunkier. So how do I want to do that? I can rotate it like this and then just sort of shrink it down maybe. That's going to shrink in, not how I want though. Let me get rid of this so we can look up here. Let's do this instead. Let's go to Effect. Let me go back. Let me Command Z a couple times. Let's go to Effect. Let's warp this and let's bulge this. Yeah, that's what I thought. So we're going to rotate this. Oops. Like this, and then we're going to go to Effect, Warp, Bulge. It's probably a better way of doing this, but I'll do like 25. Let's do 15. So I've got these alien eyes, and I can just rotate this back. Oh, except I need to apply the appearance. So I'm going to go to Object, Expand Appearance. It's going to apply that, and then I can rotate it like this. Copy this over here, and twist it over. So I've got these two alien eyes now. I probably just need one. So, oh no, I'm going to try something with these. So we're going to take these. We're going to make them black, which I did not do. Swap those around. So we've got these black alien eyes now. So I want to use this 3D thing. I didn't want to hit that. That's wrong. I want to inflate these. And I haven't used this too often. Okay. These are inflate. Let me Let me Command Z these a bit. Okay, let me go to effect. We'll go to, what is it? Inflate. So this should inflate these objects, which might take a while. It could be because they're black, but really what it is, I need to give them a material. So materials, this is base material, metallic. I want it to be metallic. So there, if I boost that up all the way, it looks like that, which is sort of what I want. They've got substances in here, so if I want to make it gold, I can do that. I really just want them to be like a glossy black. So I want them to be this, but I don't want this roughness. So I can get rid of that. I don't want cracks. Age? I don't want age. What is this? I don't think I want any of these properties. Now this is kind of nice. Now is there like a texture they have on this applied to this probably? Probably. Let me render with ray tracing because that should do something. Makes it look like that. Cool. Lighting. So the lighting is there. Let's increase the intensity. I want a... Yeah. Good. Let's add a diffuse light. Oh. I need to add another light. No, let's do standard. And again, I've played around with this maybe once or twice, so I kind of don't know what I'm doing with this. But it's doing some stuff. Let's do a diffuse light. So that's kind of fun. Let me do object. Lower taper, raise taper. I don't know which I want. Does that look better than this? Maybe not. Oh shoot. I accidentally scrolled. Which I don't want to do. Yeah. Command Z. Undo that. Okay, front. Inflate both sides. I think that's what I want. So it inflates in the back and the front. So it's sort of actually a round object. Depth twist, cap is fine. Rotation we don't want. Materials are good. Lighting. This is what I want. I want a shadow. Let's turn shadows on and see what this looks like. Should just be like a shadow over here that make it look like it's somewhat revolving. And what might look good is if we twist this so they're sort of inflated. Oh god. Look at this god-awful shadow. Let me remove this. Oh, it's just... maybe not. Let's see if we can rotate this. Maybe we get rid of... I should be able to change the color of this. Let's make it just a little bit lighter. And I think I might want it to just be like super, like an aluminum inflatable balloon. So maybe if we do that, we try and get rid of this obsidian texture. Even though it's kind of nice. The shadows are god-awful, so I got to get rid of those. It's probably because of this standard here, and I think the color, this intensity is too much. I think I need to make this like 100. We'll let that render. Let me up the softness on this, I think. Is that what it looks like? It looks terrible. I think that's how we want this to look. Oh yeah, okay. So that looks better. The softness. I don't like how it cuts off down here though. I don't know how to fix that. Distance behind object. Hit below object. I mean, that looks cool. Not what I want for this. But it's cool that this is built into Illustrator. You can do stuff like this. Kind of like the Adobe Diffuse, like patch maker. Let me put the distance from behind object. Shadow bounce. What is 100%? Oh, it just pulls it down there. I can always fix it in Photoshop. I can always just mask it out, so it kind of doesn't matter. Yeah, that looks terrible. Can I do like 600 or is it 800 max? Yeah, it's 400 max. That's fine. I think this is good. I might get rid of the shadows actually, because I feel like we're gonna... There's two ways I'm thinking of this. So if we go to Photoshop here, if we have them on Wemby on here, we're making it flat. You know, we're putting it on top of it. If with those shadows, it's making it a flat object. But I don't want to do that. So I'm going to get rid of these shadows and turn them off. And then maybe we... Yeah, see, when we rotate it, it looks like this. But I don't want it to look like that. I want it to be round. See? So let me go to Object. Let me turn this up a little bit. What if I taper to... Do I want taper 0 or 1%? Is that kind of what is happening? Oh, it's tapering to the back. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know how to fix that, because it's supposed to be inflating, but it thinks the object is like... It's 100%. If I make the depth 0, it's not going to do anything. Is it? Or is this going to make it so it's round? This is what I want. Okay, so I've got these sort of circular, spherical shape things. Whatever. I'm going to save this. I'll save this to my computer. And where are we going to save this? We'll just toss this on my desktop. Alien eyes. Now, probably could have easily just done something like this in Photoshop with these shapes, but it's fun to pull in Illustrator. So I'll drop that in here and see what this looks like. Drop that in as a smart object. So now I've got these alien eyes that I sort of tilted around. We can put them over his eyes here. And maybe we do something with them. You know, maybe we have, you know, Wemby on top of this, but we have it inverted. You know, kind of like that. Do something with them later. I'm going to think on that. But I think what we want to do is we can use that shape we used a lot. We can just use that as a shape. So I'm going to grab both of these corners and just... I'm going to grab both of these corners and pull these in. So we have that shape. We're going to rotate it. We're going to go to Effect, Warp. We're going to bulge it again. 15%, Object, Expand Appearance. I'm going to make this just a solid color. And we're going to paste it in here. So now we just have this shape. So we can do whatever we want with this. I don't want to do an invert of that. We just have these here, which is good. So let's go back here. So we've got those. That's great. Let me just search aliens. Now, I don't want aliens to pop up like... I'm just going to search the word alien, actually. I like to use this, archive.org, for old text stuff. So, like, if I go to texts... It's filtering through 15,000 things. I'm going to say find me everything from 1950 to 1986. I don't know. I want it to be before Alien came out. So there's all this cool stuff on here that I can get and pull inspiration from. Okay, so yeah, Alien came out before then. So I want to avoid, you know, sort of this stuff. But like, what is this? This is Alien Invaders. Alien Invaders Plus for the Odyssey. But stuff like this to use as inspiration or to pull from, depending on how old it is fun to do. You know, right here, this just says Alien Chase Game Manual, but this is cool text. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to download this PDF. So you can go on here, you can just download PDF. It'll open it up. I'm going to download that, and then we'll go back over to Photoshop. So if I go to my downloads now, I can open up this PDF. And this is what this PDF is. So it's like showing everything about this combo, but there might be cool things in here that we can utilize outside of the text. Like this is a Radio Shack warranty for like Japan, but I mainly just want this word alien because he's the alien, right? So I'm going to drag this into Photoshop here. It's going to open as a smart object. It's going to ask me what page I want. I just want this first page. Then I can open this up. Oops. Well, actually, let me see what we got here. Let me make this larger. I'm going to blow this up. And then I'm just going to select the alien here. And we're going to convert this to a smart object. So I just now have this now. I want it to be white probably, but I don't know. Because what I want to do with the text, get rid of that, is I want it to be very reminiscent of something in here. So I could honestly take that, blow it up a little bit, but like it's going to be like this. So maybe I break it up, give it some strokes, give it some colors. Let's make this whole thing, I would say black and white, but these are the French colors. So let's use that. So let's make it white and let's give it a black or a blue outline. So I'm going to invert this. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to grab a gradient map. And then with that, what that allows us to do is I like to use this to make things black and white. And I can just drag this over and make it white. Great. So we're going to convert that to a smart object. Great. What I actually want to do is I want to get rid of the black. So I'm going to go in here and blend if and say anything that's black, I want you to blend in. And that's just going to give me the white. So I can then turn that into a layer. So now if I give this a stroke and give it a stroke that's red, and we can grab the red from here. We'll grab a different red later. I'm just going to make it red. We can go like that. Now it looks bad because it's choppy. So we can go up to select, modify, smooth. I'm going to smooth it by 10. And then we can do that. It still looks really choppy and not great, but that's what we're working with here. Maybe we don't use that. I don't know. A couple different things. So what I've imagined with this is we have like Wemby's head floating. So let's go in here. Let's float his head. So that's what I was going to do in here to begin with. So I'm just going to go in here, grab a brush. Just going to hide it here, hide it here. Just going to quickly click along here to sort of cut his chin off. Really willy-nilly. I can always go in here and just change the brush to be white, make it a little bit wider so it sort of doesn't cut him off as much. Go like this. And there, now we have Wemby's chin. Now his chin looks stupid because it's cut off. It's obviously a beard. So I have this brush of a beard. And we're just gonna go like this and go beard, 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 beard. Put this here, we'll go beard, 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 beard. And here, beard, 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 beard. There, now he has a beard again. Now if I save this and go back, since this is a smart object, it automatically updated. So now we just have Wemby's floating head. So let's hide this. And let's figure out what we want to do on here now. So I have his head floating, which I like. Maybe we duplicate this a couple times, something like that. He's got this duplicated sort of scenario here. Maybe we do something with some kooky text like this. Really, really pixelated text. I think the goal I have for this is to do something weird. And I want to add a bunch of big pixels somewhere. Just because we can. Which we can do. Let me open this up. Let me see what this will look like. I'm going to open up these alien eyes. We've got them like this. What happens if I... Is it mosaic? It might be in Photoshop. I don't think we can do it in here. Oh, I know what I can do. No, I can go to I think it's like where I can rasterize this with pixels. I saw something on Instagram the other day. I don't remember what it was though. Sort of what I wanted. I want the resolution to be other. I want it to be 15 pixels per inch. Which should turn it into this, which is sort of what I want. But I can do that here. I can just go up to filter, pixelate mosaic, and just say 15 or 20 squares per inch. And then kind of go like this. But I don't think that's enough. So let me go to mosaic, 25 or 30. Let's do 30. I'm gonna put these on his eyeballs, and I can just manipulate these however I want. It doesn't really matter. Just need to hold down the right keys. Oh, except one thing I learned. So I want to manipulate this, and usually I should be able to hold down the command key and put this wherever I want. But since this is a vector smart object, I have to turn this into another smart object. And now I can distort it however I want. This is really weird. And actually, if I turn this into another smart object, it won't be bound by this here. Kind of a peculiar thing, but I've learned that working with these students is like, I don't know why that happens, but it just happens. Let me pull this back up here. Okay, so one thing I've noticed from looking at this stuff is like, we're going to use a bunch of outer glows. A bunch of really generic-y looking outer glows. Let's make this just neon green because he's Wemby. Except I don't want to make it neon green. I want to make it the French colors. French flag colors. I know they're red, white, and blue. I would like the color codes, please. Thank you. We're just going to take a screenshot of this and just dump it in here. Here, I just have it in here. So we'll go to outer glow. And we'll screen this color. Doesn't look as that great because it's set to screen, so we're going to just brighten it up a little bit. Kind of like that. All right, cool. Great. That's what we wanted. So I'm going to take that same outer glow. We're going to apply it to this. We're going to apply it to this. And we're going to apply it to Wemby's head. So we've got all these outer glows. Now the background, traditionally, if I wanted to make this Frutiger Aero-y, it needs to have like just a big dumb sky in the background. So we're going to do that. So we're going to go to Envato. We're going to go to Unsplash. And I'm just going to search French sky blue. I don't know. France. This is pretty nice. Let's download this. We'll probably put an Eiffel Tower in here. Be real generic like that, but we'll figure it out. So what I want with this is I want you to basically think this is like a Windows 95 green. It's pretty much the vibe. So I want France Park. I want some nice greenery. And I know there's greenery right in front of the Eiffel Tower. No, that's something else I'm thinking of. No, it's this right here. Or something similar. Because I used it for a graphic I made. I needed just like trees on the side. So I think I used that there. Maybe it's on here. Let me search the Eiffel Tower on here. Let me go to photos. Should really just search French Park. France Park green. I need something like this. I don't want the trees. So really I just want grass. That's really what I want. I'm going to turn this on. So we've got this here. So we've got this shape. I'm going to put this here. We're going to put this in the back up here. And then I know I have a photo of grass somewhere I downloaded it, but I deleted a lot of photos off of my computer to clean it up. Green grass. Grass, great. All right, what is this? It's just a scenery, great. We're gonna download that. We don't need a license for it. We're just sort of messing around. So we're gonna take this, drop it in here, and blow this up. Kind of like that. Now, what are we doing with this? I don't know. Let's do this. Let's make a group of these. Pull this down, rotate it like this. And I don't know, do this. Looks kind of cooked, kind of stupid, but we'll see what this looks like. Do this, great. We're gonna convert this to a smart object. We're gonna use that mosaic on it to turn it to that. We're gonna also apply the mosaic to the background, and we're gonna apply the mosaic to the sky. So now we have this thing going on. Better for what I want to do. Good, not great. My brother's asking about the American Tail 5 Goes West. I think it's a sequel. If you haven't watched that movie, you should watch that movie. It's an old cartoon, but it's great. I'm going to take this outer glow effect, and I'm actually going to have this spread out a lot more. Okay, cool. All right, so this is weird. Really, really weird. Oh. He's looking for it on a media server. All right, so this outer glow doesn't work on this Wemby because it's on this light background, but we're just going to make it white then so you can actually see it. And we're going to make it huge. Just make it 75. Okay, so this is really weird right now. But it's kind of the point of what we want to do with this. I want chaos. I want weird. Like, this is good inspiration for this. Just like, bam. In your face. I think we want to cut some stuff up like this. So let's take these alien eyes and let's actually sort of defeat the purpose of what we did with them. But we're going to put Wemby's eyes on them. And you know what? I did this. Oh, I kind of did this with something I made. I kind of did this with that Jaylen Brown graphic I made. Let me see if this works. Nope. Images. Nope. Okay, that's fine. But I had this sort of weird thing to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this on top, and I'm going to set this to screen. So they're on top, so the float is kind of on there. And we're kind of getting that effect, which we're not, but it's fine. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to have 2 of these. So I'm going to hide this one. So this is going to be the left eye. This is going to be right eye. So the left eye, we're going to whoop. As Chris Berman would do, we're going to rotate this to here, and we're pretty much just going to mask this to here, which is what I want. So we're going to turn right on, and we're going to Chris Berman, whoop. And I'm messing up all of my guides, but we can fix those. And we're going to hide this. And hide this. I think we're going to add like a gradient map or something to this. So we sort of defeated the purpose of using this. Carl Vince, you're asking, do you know how to have layer by layer time lapse of a design in Photoshop, like lowest layer to highest layer? Yes. I will see if I can find one real quick, actually. Modified. Let me find a cool graphic I made. I did a whole bunch of breakdown videos that are on my YouTube channel that you can watch. But in doing so, I have a bunch of Photoshop documents. So it's really easy to do. There's a couple different ways you can do it. I'll open one up. This is an RJ Barrett graphic I made 5 years ago. Jeez. Loading because that's only 1.5 gigs. So what I would do is I would label all of the layers you have, turn them all off. In Photoshop, you can go down to timeline. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to turn all of your layers off, and then you're going to create a timeline and make a new frame. They're called frames. You're going to make a new frame and just turn layers on frame by frame. And what that'll do is it'll do this essentially. So every half second, it's turning on a new frame. So what I do is I add in a couple other photos of like the original photo before I edited it, because it's usually not on there because you edited the photo. So I have layers where the photo's edited, not edited, and then basically go through layer by layer and just turn layers on and off. So this might have been in the middle of it because, no, this is it. So it plays like this. And the last one I have set up. So I have it down here. You can highlight all these and you can say make it half a second or 0.2 seconds. Let me stop this. And then the last one I have set to 10 seconds. And then what you'll get is you can export a video and then it will look like this. It'll just show you sort of step by step how you made something or the process you went through. Now it doesn't really show the process, it just shows you what you want though, lowest layer to highest layer. So go and open up, organize everything, turn off all of your layers except for the back one. You go to window timeline, create frame timeline, animation frame, or create animation, but you want a frame timeline. And then you just set a value to each of these. And then you go up to file, export video or render video. And then you can render the video out that way. So that's how I would do that. Cool. So I'm gonna close the tab group. I'm actually going to duplicate these. So I want to do something to these in Illustrator, but I don't want to mess these up. So I'm gonna hit new smart object via copy. And then if I open up these original ones, oh, these are different anyway. I gotta go all the way back here. Okay. So what I want to do with these, what happens if I get rid of, I don't want to do that. Let me go to object. What if I hit expand experience? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I want to go to effect. I want to go to stylize. No, path. No, distort and transform. I want to zigzag this. I hope this doesn't break. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, so I think it'll be fine. So let me cancel. I'm going to turn off the 3D, so it just looks like this. So I'm going to go to effect, transform. I'm going to go to zigzag. Let's do relative. Now let's do absolute. More ridges. The size of the ridge can be like that. And I'm going to save. And go back here. Save. Like, this is all messed up on the edge, which is fine. I want to edit this, so I'm going to change the canvas size so it's not cut off. And now I have these sort of ridges. But I want them to be on the outside. Point 2. Let's do that. I'm actually going to go... This is a break. I'm going to roughen this a little bit. Kind of like that. Yeah, that's actually what I wanted. Okay. What I want to object, oh, I want to expand the appearance of this. Expand this again. Okay. Very bizarre. We're going to go to the Pathfinder, which is over here somewhere. And we're going to merge these together. Okay. So now if I go to object, path, I can offset this path to jump out a little bit. Let's do 0.125. And then save this. So what this is basically just going to do is here. Oops. Let me make this a little bit larger. Save that here, save that here. It looks like one of those. So I have these eye things behind this. So I can give this an outer glow and I can give this a color. So we're sort of giving just sort of this weird eye shape to this. Just looks really weird, which is honestly what we want. But I'm going to apply that same mosaic to this. So we'll grab that and drag it here. And I should be able to distort this a little bit because it is a smart object. I think what we need to do then too is I'm going to grab this shape. I'm going to paste it back here. I'm going to put it on top of Wemby like this. I think I need to do this with all of his features now. So I'm going to take Wemby up here, duplicate it, put his mouth on here. And then what did I make this? 66%, I think. Maybe it just looks insane, which is fine. So kind of what we want. We wanted this to look really ridiculous. I can take this This is already a smart object. Stop it. Click on what I want. Convert copy to new smart objects. This one's different now, so I should be able to Command Z a couple times here. And copy this, paste it. I want to... Oh, I guess I can just do this and just sort of rotate it and put it over here and just make it bigger. It's not really what I wanted to do, but it makes sense. Just delete everything and just copy everything and paste, save down. And then we've got this big old weird looking thing right here. So we just need to take this. We need... Is that not here? Oh, it's in front. Duh. Okay. Oh, it's right here. I need this mosaic. And the color overlay. Great. All right, let's just make it so Wemby is also pixelated. But let's make Wemby super pixelated. You can't even tell what any of this is now. I think this is fine. I think we should pixelate. We're going to pixelate everything. Everything's going to get pixelated. And we'll figure it out. It's just how pixelated is it? Oh, God. So this is pixelated. Let's make his eyes pixelated. And let's do this. So this is sort of like a backdrop now sort of thing. Which looks really, really weird. Do I like how this looks? Not really. Are we going to fix it? Yeah. I think I cooked too much on his face. I think what we should do is we should get rid of these. Shouldn't slant his eyes so much because it just kind of looks weird. Let's unslant his eyes just a little bit. This would be more natural looking. We went too far with it. Where's his eyeball? Let's put it right there. Okay, cool. So we'll take away this mosaic again so we can see Wemby himself. Maybe the mosaic here is fine, but it just kind of looks like it's pixelated. So we'll keep these how they are. And to mimic what is on here, like this has this nice little cut. And I know Flynn Blewett does a lot of fun stuff like this. This is kind of what he would have done. So we're gonna do what Flynn would do. I have a pattern overlay on here. Another pattern overlay, which is this. And if I set the scale to like 35, I now have a transparency grid. I'm gonna keep the transparency grid there, and we're gonna pop his eyes out like this. And then we're gonna give this a stroke, but I don't think that's going to work. Yes, it is. Good. Except I don't think I can do that. Because the fill type is color. So what we're going to do is we're going to end up undoing like a lot of the stuff we did, which is very humorous. But we played around and tried some stuff. So we're going to undo this. We're going to save. Save. Oops. I need to open that back up because it's cut off. Okay, so we have these alien eyes now. So I'm going to new smart object via copy. Actually, I can probably just go here and undo a whole lot. So I want to make this a dotted line. So we're going to do uniform stroke. I want to make it a dashed line. Let's make it 2 points. And that's fine. Copy that, paste it in here. And as expected, I pasted it in a weird spot. We want this to be on top. And we want these to be pretty much, matching these exactly. But we can't do that because we sort of messed it up. So what we can do instead, the easy way, we'll take this, we'll turn this into another smart object via copy, and we'll just keep double clicking until it opens up into Illustrator. make a stroke of 2. And then we will go to our stroke, dash line. We want to get rid of the inside. We're just going to save. Save. And now they're here. Now, we can't see them, so maybe we set this to exclusion, or no, do we want difference probably? I want these to be above. We'll probably set them to be like black and white, or we'll give them a color. So we'll give them an outer glow, set them to normal, and we'll give them a color overlay of red. Okay, so we're going to use red for this and blue for France. So let me hide this guy here. So right now we've got just like something's going on is what's happening. Just paste this in here, delete this, grab this, hit this, hit this, hit this, hit this, delete. Done. Great. So this is the same. We might as well put this up with the other one. A little bit of organization, but not really. Color effects. Color effects. And now it's the same, which is good. We have the outer glow. But the outer glow is not on this. I need to turn the outer glow on this. And let's just use white for this outer glow. Let's use white for this outer glow. And then this is the mouth. Okay, we can duplicate this. We don't need an outer glow on this. We can give this a pattern fill. So I call this down here at the bottom. If you guys can see this. Yeah, you can see this down here. I call this a black and white cookie button to all my students so they know what it is. But that's where I can go and I can hit pattern. And I can fill that. Oh, that's a pattern fill. I don't want that. Well, if you want to make a pattern fill, you can click the black and white cookie button and fill it. But I don't want to do that. I want to give it a pattern fill in here, which my muscle memory took me to the right spot to begin with. And then I can, I don't know, make this a little bit smaller. And put it like right here. Then we can take the mouth and this, move it down a little bit, and maybe we rotate it slightly. Yeah, this is really weird, which I'm fine with. The whole point was to make something super weird with pixels and sort of Frutiger Aero-y. Where's that alien text again? All right, so we touched some alien text. Where did that go? The stroke looks awful. So we're going to get rid of that. So I think what I want to do with this. How do I want to do this? Can I turn this into a symbol? I'm going to leave this here for now. All right, so we did something weird with this. What can we do with this now? The outer glow, we want to make this white. Let's have this going the same way here. Alien like this. We're going to hide this alien here. Let's make a starburst. And let's just do it using this shape. So I'm going to make a new document just so this is in one spot. We can get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. There we go. Okay, so what we can do is we can get to effect. Let's go to roughen. Let's do 5. Let's go 2. Like that. Then we can go to effect and we can do the same thing. We can pucker and bloat. So we can pucker a little bit. Kind of like that. And then we have this sort of weird looking shape. I can take that, paste it in here. I'm going to convert that to its own smart object so I can twist it in the background and make it look like it's going backwards. Rotate it like this. Then we can use that as a mask. Oops, as a mask. Put Wemby in front of it. And then basically remove everything outside of this. So he's shooting out of this. Now the outer glow is weird. Hi, Alex. This looks bad. It's supposed to look weird. Horrible. I agree. It does not look good right now. It's going to look better in the end. Is the final result going to look good? I have no idea, to be honest. It might look bad. It might look like dog water, as the kids would say. Let me just grab a slightly darker blue. But that's sort of the style, too. It's kind of supposed to look purposefully bad. That's too much. Range of 100. Yeah, that's fine. So we've got him floating here now out of this sort of saucer. Floating here. Sort of thing. What is happening? That was weird. Yeah, every time I move it changes this gradient, which is very bizarre. Let's group these together and move it around. There we go. So we've got Wemby there. Let's go back. Let's look at some stuff. Let's look at some things. It's like, this is really nice. I like this. Just the way they edited these photos, and it just fits together. Now, we're not doing that. We're doing crazier things than that. We're doing this. This is the aesthetic. Crazy. I should probably add like a big dumb chrome ball somewhere for no reason. I think that would be a good idea. How can I make a big dumb chrome ball is the question. Let's actually just duplicate this. Put this on the top. So that's what this is. Okay, we want to get rid of the pattern overlay. So in Photoshop, there are these old school styles, and this is a chrome style. So I can just make this chrome looking. But I want... Is it this bevel? I want this bevel to be huge. So I'm going to make this smaller. So there, now the bevel. Bevel takes up the whole thing. Boom, that's now a smart object. So now I have this chrome looking thing that I can do whatever I want with. So let's put it right here. I don't know what they are. Are they leaves? They're chrome leaves? They're just things. They're just chrome shapes because chrome for the sake of chrome. Let's do something called save because we haven't. Save as. Okay, it's actually looking how I want. Is it what anyone would ever want on a graphic? No. No, it's not. But it's what we're doing. Let's do this. So let me hide these real quick. Let me just go in. Let me just make a layer with a brush. I'm just going to grab a regular brush. And we're just going to do this. Except I want to get rid of my guides because it's going to be real funky. Yeah, hold on. I got a better idea. I know I have a basketball court somewhere. I made some courts for Big Blue Magnets. And I just know in this court it has lines. And what lines does it have? It has NBA lines and just lines. These are the lines. This is what I want. I want this. Boo-doo-boo-boo. Paste. Look, court lines. That's what I wanted. Awesome. So we're going to blow this up so it's giant. I think I have a big old mask on this. We're going to delete the layer mask. We're just going to do this. Let's rotate it a little bit. Make it a little bit smaller so we can kind of see what's going on. Duplicate it so it's on both sides like that. Okay, good. So we're going to take that and we're going to apply this big dumb chrome to it. And see which one of these looks like what I want. So we have these big dumb poles now. These chrome things. And I can fix this with this bevel and emboss, I think. What if I make this 50? No, that's not it. I'm going to get rid of this shadow down here at the bottom. Yeah, that's the inner shadow. Let's just make this like 50. But I can go in here and double click this. And I can group these together and I can give this a stroke of whatever I want. Let's do outside. Let's give it like 5 more pixels. And then I can save that. When I come back here, it should just thicken it up. It should just thicken it up a little bit. Which I think it did. We're going to thicken it up more. It's on the outside. Let's do 15. There we go. Horrible. Looks awful. Really what's going to sell this is sort of some overlays I put on it at the end. Like if I turn this back on. Like it glues everything together. Now this pattern fill though. I'm gonna set this to normal. Convert this to a smart object. Because I want to give it a color overlay. I just want to make it black and white. Is all I really want to do. And then if I set it to overlay. Sorry, then I need to turn this to a smart object. Set this to overlay. Or soft light. Now it's just texture. Great. Okay. Wemby, Wemby, Wemby. Any more glows? I think what I need to do then with this when I'm done is do something like make a new layer, fill it in with everything, solidify it, set it to light, and then blur it. And that's going to give it this sort of glossy look, kind of like that. But I only wanted to do it to like the top parts, so it'll be like that. See, so that sort of thing. Those are end effects though. All right, so let's put this Wemby somewhere. And I think he should be coming out of this same portal. Let's turn these back on. Yeah. We're not going like full, we're not going Dadaism with this. But we can make this Dadaism. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Super Dada. Great. Even better. Okay. So I need to take this down here. What is this? This vector smart object. Nope, not that one. This one. And we need to pixelate this. Everything needs to be pixelated. If it's not pixelated, it's wrong. Go up here and we'll have a different one over here. We can just flip this one way by hitting negative. It actually distorted the whole kit and caboodle, which is not what I wanted. Let's go like this. Pull this back here, pull this back here. Just put this up like that. Okay, cool. So we can grab this and basically have him come out of this now. And we need to change the group, right? Oh, I need to turn this outer glow back on. But it's outer glowing there, so what I actually need to do is I need to put this into a group by itself. I put the outer glow on that. Oh no, I need to put the mask on this and the outer glow here. And then it'll look like that. That's what I want. Okay, good. So I need to group this, put this there, the outer glow's there. So now when I paint him back in, oh god, caps lock's on. He has the outer glow, but it doesn't come from the inside of this thing. See, now he's coming out of like a little thing. For some reason, my gradient tool has been really finicky too. Like it just says like error and just will error out for some reason. All right. The funny thing with this like Frutiger Aero stuff is it makes me really want to put like just a phone on this. Like an old phone. Like, because that's sort of what they did in the early 2000s. Let's see what we've got going on here. Sweet. I should probably add in some like hand-drawn things. Like there's a lot of hand-drawn elements to this, which I am definitely not good at. So that would be a good thing to add. Yeah, see this background, some stickies. I could probably start hitting a couple like default buttons where I add some color lookups to this. So if I use like this guy, put this on everything like that, it makes it flow a little bit better. Let's add some more color lookups. I got Ethan's color lookups on here. I usually like tossing this one on things. It's way too much. Is this the right one? Like, look how much this like destroys the green. Like that. Let me set this to like 25%. I think I kind of want these things to look like portals. Oh, I have to convert this to a smart object. And then blur it. My Gaussian blur's over here. 15. 35. Where is this blurring? Okay, it's down there. Why is it not? Oh, it is doing something. It's just that this has an outer glow too, which looks really stupid. It's not what I want. On, off, on, off. Duplicate this. Let's make it blur more. I think what I want to do actually is new smart object via copy. Get rid of the color overlay, hop in here, and just hit this button. Oops. Reverse it. Kind of like that, and set it to like 2. So I'm gonna change this, save. Okay, so now we have this shape. It should match up the exact same, but doesn't. That doesn't make any sense. But we can Gaussian blur it like 2. That did not do what I wanted to do. Alright, so I want to do that. So we got Wemby coming out of here. What I want to do to this, though... I want to save that outer glow to this. I want to apply this mosaic to this, but... I only want it to apply to the parts coming out of the portal. So you just kind of go like this. Do the same thing down here. Turn this into a smart object. Just drag the same mosaic down. And then just grab a brush. I'm gonna set it to like 50% and 50%. So there. It's coming out of that. Great. Cool. Let's take this back photo of Wemby. Do the same thing. We just grab a gradient. We can just do this. Does that look weird? Yeah, it does. Let's do... Should be able to drag. No? Let's do that. I think that's fine. Save. The whole point of this thing is to experiment with different things. So I just want to throw like Nokia phones on here. Like this. Like this is This is what we want. I could throw like default folders and stuff in there like this. Like they use the Illustrator inflate tool to inflate stuff and have it say, you know, alien, or it's got these pixels in the background. This is the vibe. Maybe I don't want to add like, I got Chrome here. Maybe I need to add some sparkles to this. Make a new layer just on here. Now I have on here flares. I have lens flare brushes. So I can just go in here and just add lens flares wherever I want. Just gotta find the right one. Bam, lens flare. You know, terrible. Bam. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. This is, I just like how chaotic this is. I don't think this is like great. It's just stuff. See, like this even has things going on. I need to add some of that text to it. Where's that alien text? Ooh, that alien text is actually gonna look cool if I put it up here and make it larger and then give it that mosaic. Because that'll sort of rasterize it a little bit, but it's sort of just making it look pixelated, which isn't what I want. Let me delete this layer mask. That's better. What is this at? Let's do 25. I'm gonna set this to difference, exclusion, or difference. They're the same because it's white. Okay, it's fine. Put alien there. We've got Wemby. This is the most chaotic thing I've ever made, and it's awful. But, you know, we're here for the ride. We're here for vibes. We're here to just try new things to see what works and what doesn't. What's not working is there's too much going on in this. And I can fix that still. Let me just figure out how. Okay. Got it. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a solid color. And I want the solid color to be that blue color. This. See, that already looks cooler just because of the background. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our cool shape here. Our super cool shape. We're going to blow it up. Put it in the background. Combine this together. What we're essentially going to do, I'm going to drop this on top. We're going to do this. Here, this pattern overlay. Just going to have this go like this. We're going to use the alien color like that. So now it says alien. We're going to duplicate this again. We're going to give it a fill of nothing. We're going to flip it around this way, and we're going to give it a stroke. And you know what? We're going to make it red. But I kind of want to make it this green color. Okay. France is just a thing now. We're now going to be using this green color on a lot of stuff. So, I have the mosaic applied to this as a smart filter. That doesn't mean that's going to happen, but I could do that so that'll work. So if I add a gradient map to this,
gradient map.
Can add to this, I can highlight this, delete this layer mask, and add it as the same layer mask. So there, now it looks like that, which is what I want, because I want this to be this green color. I don't really want it to be reversed, but I can dig it. Can we get rid of the white? Do this. Yeah, I can dig that. That's kind of fun. We're clawing this thing back from the grave. We're fixing things. We're Bob the Builder right now. Can he fix it? Yes, he can. Okay, so we need to take these these guys. Change the color overlay to be this neon color. Color overlay. Grab this neon color. Great. Save. Okay, back it up. See, now we've got this really weird looking thing. Vibe's a lot better. The background was just ruining everything. The background was making this god awful. Now it's still really weird, but that's what these tests are for. Just gonna use a brush there to do that. Okay. Okay, so now we're vibing with some stuff on here. Now since we just have this blue background, we can do anything with this background. Let me grab, shoot this, drag it here, and then set this to overlay, modify. I mean, that doesn't look bad. Doesn't look like anything though. Any tips for hair selection? A couple things. Depends on the photo. So this is an okay photo of Wemby. Let me find it. This is the photo I used. So there's a couple things that you can do with this. It depends on the photo. I would look for a photo that has a very high contrasting background. This one kind of does, but kind of doesn't. But there's a couple different ways you can do it. One, the way I cut this out is I like to use select subject and use the cloud mode, because what that's going to do is it's going to make a general selection for me, which is good. It's what I want. I like to use selected mask then. And I can go in here. I can use this refine edge brush tool and make it just bigger than the edge and just paint along the edge here. Now I have default stuff over here. I usually have this set to like 6. If you're doing hair, I want to set the smooth to be 0. And what you can do is you can go along the edge here and it will try and guess basically where the hair is, because there's such big contrast here. That's what we want. And you might have to fiddle around with some of these settings. So if you want more contrast, less contrast, you see it sort of adding and taking away from this. So I'll go in here, and you might make multiple selections for one person, but you can use the refine edge tool to go in here. Now they have a refine hair button in here. I'm going to click it. I don't think I like it because it gets rid of some of the inside. So I'm going to hit Command Z. So I'll do this. And then what I can do is I can output this to a layer mask and it masks it out. I'll go a couple further steps though, and I will add a solid color. So I'm going to add just like a random solid color to the background. Usually I like to make it something I can see, like red works really well, but you can see what the hair looks like now. Now for this, what I would do is I would make a new layer and try and get rid of some of this fringe, or this is just a layer mask, so you can paint stuff back in. So if I go in here, I can, make a really small brush. If I paint with white, it adds back in. So I paint with white, I can add in back areas where it messed up. If I paint in black, like I can go in here and, remove part of his ear and make his ear look more, sort of smooth. Cut it off from there. Now, one thing I have, and I know other designers do as well, is I have a brush that is a beard. It's literally James Harden's beard that I turned into a brush. So what I'll do is I'll grab this, make it smaller. In this mask layer, I'll just paint in white and then sort of follow along what his hair looks like and give it a more sort of natural sort of fuzziness. And I'm doing this really quickly, but you can go in and add to it to make it so it's nice and clean. But then you need to go back into this top layer and fix some of those selections, or no, fix some of the fringe. So I'll grab the stamp tool and basically paint back in where that hair is, so it's not like the blue from this background. So I'll go here and I'll paint up here like this. So part of it is just faking it. Part of it is getting that good initial selection first and then faking everything out after that. You don't want to use the stamp tool too aggressively in certain spots because one can also grab the background on accident. You just want to make sure it doesn't look like you clearly used the stamp tool. So if I change the color of this background to like blue, you can see I've got some pink over here on accident because I pulled in the background, so I can fix that. We can do that, and then you have this sort of better hair. Now, one thing you can do too is you can find a different photo. So like, I don't know who's gonna have. Let me find a photo real quick. Let's see who has like sort of crazy hair, but not really. The photo's already cut out, so that's not gonna work well. How big is this photo? I want this photo, but larger. All right, here's a different example. If you're using like a media photo. So here's James Harden. Now this isn't the best quality photo. The higher the quality photo, it's going to be easier to edit this out. So let me see if I can find maybe a larger photo of James Harden. Just because James Harden has a lot of hair. And some of these are already cut out, and that's not what I want. Let me look for large images real quick. This is already cut out. I don't want that. I mean, one, find a photo of him cut out, and then you're good to go. It's funny that photos I'm trying to find of James Harden. I typed in headshot. Let me take out media. Headshot. Just find media day photos. I'll just do this here. So what you can do as well is you can use a channel selection. So with the channel selection, what you can do is you can say select this blue channel. And what I would probably do is make a new channel, or I would duplicate this channel. So I have two of them. So I'm going to turn blue on. You probably don't have to do that step. But if you go to image, you can go to calculations. What that's going to do is it's going to allow you to basically merge two channels together. So if I merge both of these channels together, I know in these channels, you can make a selection from it. So I can just say select this, and it's going to select everything that's white. If I turn RGB back on and go back to my layers, I can just hit layer mask and then invert it. And then if I make a new layer beneath that, I can show you what I ended up doing essentially is it took everything that was white and it looks like this. And basically the white is what you can see and the black you can't. So I can just go into this layer mask and just paint back with white like this, you know, on his body. And you can spend more time doing this. But if I click on this, I've got James Harden cut out in like 4 seconds because it's on a white clear background. And you can do this with anything. You can do that with trees, any person. You can figure out how to cut it out using a channel selection. I do it with bridges. You can do it with like tennis rackets and stuff too. But that's how I would cut this out. And then I would make a new layer on top, grab a stamp tool, just grab part of his beard and just sort of go along the edge to darken it up. Same thing at the top so it doesn't have this white fringe. Kind of like this. So that's how I would cut out hair. It's kind of like that. So now you have this really nice cutout of James Harden's beard. And that's what I did for this Wemby photo. Like I can show you. Let me open this up. Let me open. Oh, it's right here. So this is the selection I ended up making. And then painted back into it with that brush. So this is the layer that I have. If I deselect this and just sort of put this on the top. Let me just like move this over to the side. So this is like the stamping I did around the edges just to clean up the edges on it. But that's what most people would probably tell you they do and should do. Let's find my logo. Just put my logo on this real quick. 2024 logo. I really need to put this in a library somewhere. Logo 2024. No, that wasn't last year. It's 2023. Is that when I made my new logo? Yeah, what is this? Logo? Good. Cool. We're gonna exclusion. Yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to put my big logo on here as part of the thing because we can, and it kind of fits with the genre of what's going on. There, let's put that there, put that there. Cool. We got alien. We got this. I kind of want to lower. Ooh, okay, I need to see. This is the issue with doing some of this. I want to find basically his whole head. Just move down a little bit. There we go. All right, that's better. Just seemed like compositionally I needed to move it. I'm going to edit this in the back here. And I'm just going to basically delete this and just draw in where this is going to go. Why aren't you letting me draw? Because I have the stamp tool selected? No. Oh, I accidentally hit print. And it popped up on another screen. I'm just gonna... Whoop. But I need this to be in this group. There we go. Just, boop, 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 boop. Just do that. It's not gonna look like anything. It's just gonna show up sort of just smoother on the side here like that. Just completely fine. And what I want. Okay, so I'm going to add Wemby text right here. So let's find a good font to do that with. And to do that, we're going to go to fonts.adobe.com. Let me log in. Am I logged in? Yeah, I'm logged in. So I was using game day stuff, so I'm just typing Wemby. So what kind of font do we want? I want a futuristic font. So we can just search by futuristic. I know I want it to be really wide. I want it to be bold. Wait, bring that font back. That was a good font. What was that? This. Sophochrome. Oh, yeah. Sophachrome's great. I'm going to use Sophachrome. All right, so we're going to go here. Just going to make a text box. Sophachrome. Great. We'll make it italic because we can. And we'll put Wemby right here. Do I like how that looks? Not really. I think I would like it better if it said Victor. And then underneath it, in this color, it said Wembayana. Right? That's how you spell it. Wembayana. Wembanyama. Yeah, I forgot the N. Wembanyama. We make this smaller so we have some contrast. Make it even smaller and we blow it out like that. Blow it even more. 50. That's better. I want to make Victor a little bit smaller though. I like how it doesn't know what I'm doing. This keycaster thing where it's just like, oh, I'm hitting buttons and nothing's happening. We got Victor Wembanyama. Do we want to take this and give it that chrome effect? Because we can? Yes, we do. I just need to take this inner shadow and make it like 75. Or like 50. Okay, so we got Victor Wembanyama. I need to add... I think I need to take my logos here. I think I need to blur them. Do I need to mosaic them? Is that what I want to do? I think that's what I want to do. Mosaic and mosaic. Because I want it to like the background to blend all together. And I think I might have to add more texture to this background. What if I make this larger? No, I don't want to do that. I want my border to be there. This is just kind of there. Might be pointless to keep it there. Might not. Victor Wembanyama. I know what I'm trying to think of, because in the back of this kooky stuff we have, it's more this gradient. It needs to not be blue. It needs to be like this. So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to, how do I do this? I do this all the time on accident. What did that just do? Show hide all other layers. I mean, that's what I wanted to do, but oh, it turned some of this stuff on. Let's actually see what that looks like. Let me turn all this. Hold on. Go back to here. Ah, see, so what it did was it added this on top, which kind of looks nice. See, like this. Okay, what does this do? Good. What does this do? Not good. This adds too much. Let's make this 25. I'm gonna go into this pattern fill here. And this is just a pattern fill. I can always change it anytime. I'm gonna make this 33. That's definitely not enough. I want to make it like 25. Oh, that's the angles. Sorry, sure. I want 42, and I want the scale to be like, I don't know, 15. Just want it to be smaller, so it's less apparent. That's what I want this to look like. That's fine. Okay, good. That's better. Okay, this... Let me just change this one. That I don't hate. What is this set to? Let's make that 50%. I'm going to add another color lookup because we can. Teal tension green might look good. Doesn't. Okay. So what I wanted to do... It's so funny. I accidentally hit like I'd show all of the layers. Okay. No, I want to... Let's just put this on the top. It's fine. Okay, we're gonna add stuff to this. And pixels and sort of like that. Pixel it out. Okay. Got all this weird stuff we did before. Hours ago. Okay, so we're gonna take this. We're gonna combine these together. We're going to combine these together. We're going to combine these together. There we go. Okay. So this is one file. So if I set this to screen and I go to adjustments, I go to levels, I go to this and I blast this over here, it looks like this, which is what I want. But I don't want it mosaic. Actually, I kind of like how that looks. We're going to duplicate this. We're going to get rid of the mosaic. We're going to do this, combine these together. I'm going to go to filter and we're going to blur this a heck of a lot like that, and then we're going to rotate it around and we're going to set it to screen. That's better. So if I toss this down at the bottom, it looks like this, which is good. It's too much though. If I hide this, it's like that's better a little bit. Let me pull this level slider over more. This is set to screen, which is good. This is set to screen, which is good. What does that look like? Oh, see, it's too... It gets rid of that green color. Let me quit out of some of this stuff I don't need open anymore. Okay, this is what we want. I'm going to get rid of the mosaic. We're just going to do this, and we're just going to do a levels and do that and that. What does that look like? Is our green back? No. We can fix part of that. Like I can go up here to adjustments, add a selective color layer, go to my yellows and add a ton of green. Yeah, get rid of, add a bunch of yellow and get rid of magenta because that'll turn it into being more green. It also use a hue and adjustment layer. Oof. Let me see what we got going on here. The reason this works so well like this with the other color is because of the green. So I think actually what we do. Can I do that? Yeah, we fill this like that. So then this is there. It's not going to change because this is here. We invert this and then we just add this back in however we want. Actually, I know what we can do. Okay, here's what we do. We take this, we group this together. We make a selection of Wemby's head, these two logos, and the word alien, and we just mask it. So it's the opposite of that. And then we have green in the background, and boom, there we go. Great. It's exactly what we wanted. Okay, what are we missing from this now? Still missing a couple things. What's this? Could put some emojis on this. That'd be kind of extra. My Pinterest is just going to be all just Japanese girls now. It's going to be awful. Oh, darn. Some flames like this would be cool. What would make more sense would be some sort of UFOs. So I want to see if we can find a UFO. Let's go to Envato. Just search a UFO. And to me, it doesn't matter if this is a really generic looking chrome UFO because this whole thing's kind of kitschy. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to try and find some UFOs. So I'm going to download at this angle. Download without license. We don't need to do that. It's fine. And then download at like this angle. My watch wants me to stand up. I'll get to it. It's fine. What are these? Nothing? Okay, these are here. Let me duplicate these. I want these eyes to be somewhere. I just think these eyes are cool. So I'm gonna put them up here. I'm just gonna kind of... Oh, maybe we put them on him. Like this. On these other photos. Give him these alien eyes. Kind of like that. And we give them that outer glow. Is the outer glow green? No. We want the outer glow to be this green color, which isn't the pure green color because of what's going on. But we do this. Then we toss this up here. Then I should be able to manipulate this to be however I want. So I should be able to go like this and kind of fake the eyes on him here, kind of like that. And then maybe we make this into a group and we just very carefully put his nose back, kind of like that. It's masked around the nose. Yeah, this is weird. This is good. This is a good amount of weird. It's a lot of good going on here. Now this is much better. This is a very good weird experiment now. I'm gonna give Flynn Blewett some shout outs when I post this because he's done some stuff like this recently. Mainly with like what I have on the eyes there. You should check out his work. He's pretty cool. But he's been experimenting with some... Let me turn this on off. Transparency stuff and like the dash lines. Sort of like bringing in, like breaking the fourth wall with like including Photoshop stuff. It's kind of fun. Okay, so we got that. We can turn this off and on. Is this doing anything at all? There, I'll set it to 50. There, now it's doing something. Okay. So we've got this pattern fill. We got this. These are flares. Let me just name this. Let me hit save again because we haven't hit save as in a while. And let me grab those UFOs. Now, I want to sort of twist what those UFOs look like. Fade added. So these are those two UFOs. Now, the great thing with using Envato is I can include the shadow or not include the shadow. I can also make a selection area. I can go in here, grab my magic wand tool, which is under W, and I can grab, if I do non-contiguous, it selects all the color, and I can add like a gradient map here. Turn this off, and now I have green windows, which is kind of what I wanted. I'm gonna duplicate this, set it to screen. We're gonna blast this over here, drop this down here, make this black. Pull this over, go like this. Actually, no, I really just wanted to do a color fill of this, like that. Delete this, and then I want this to feather out like 5.5. There, now it's glowing. Cool. So I can save this. And if I go back here, I can hide this, and I have a green glowing sort of thing. I just want this sort of in the corner. Just want this in like random spots. I don't know where I want this actually. Right here's actually a good spot. Let's make this shinier for no reason. Gaussian blur. No, that's not what I want. I want this to glow. So I'm gonna duplicate this a couple times. Glow. Magic. Okay, so it's glowing. Let's grab this UFO. This one we can't do anything. What can we do with this? It's gonna show me the selection areas here. So like on this, I can select I can select all these orbs. Orb. And I use the object selection tool on accident instead of the magic wand tool non-contiguously. I can grab this and then do the same thing, do a solid color, fill that in, and now I have that here. I want to grab this gradient map first, put this here, and set this to normal. I guess honestly setting this to normal defeats the purpose of this gradient map, but it's fine. 5.5. I want to set this to normal. Duplicate this. I do want to set this to overlay. What is this actually at? This needs to be like this. The gradient map is set up wrong the first way, actually. Oof. Let's put this there. Go like that. Okay. So we hide this. Set that to screen. I mean, that looks pretty good, actually. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, we can fix some of this stuff that I think I need to tweak. If I put this here. It's not what I wanted. Just throw it in the back and then move it up gradually. Like that. Just make it real small. There. So you can tell there's a thing there. Oh yeah, let me pull up his let me show you what Flynn's done. Where's his Flynnfluence is his Twitter account. Just hide my DMs. Flynn's been doing stuff sort of like this for a while. Like this was last year. He does a really good job of having like simple stuff, but a lot of cool things to look at. But he's been doing stuff like this, where he goes big with this cutout stuff. Still his style though. But he's a really good designer. He works for the Atlanta Hawks. So he does stuff for the Atlanta Hawks, but his style to me is he has a lot of stuff going on in the background and then figures in the forefront that really shine through. So that's who I'm going to give some props to for this, because like this isn't exactly what he did, you know, but I pull a lot of inspiration from just anyone I follow on Instagram. He's just a good follow. I accidentally hit crop, so the crop tool stinks and takes forever. I want to edit this outer glow because we changed the background. So these outer glows, I actually want to make this green color. I'm actually going to copy the... Why is this not doing what I thought it would? Because the outer glow on the eyes don't do anything. It's the outer glows on these eyes there. That's what it is. Okay. That's better. That's what we want. There. Cool. God, this is the most crazy thing I've made in a while. I think we honestly just need a couple more things on this. Yeah, Jared, this is crazy. Corey, if you want me to do a review and design, link it right now in chat, and I'll take a look at it. I'll give you feedback on it right now. Because why not? Yeah, so we got this going on. What else can we add? I think what I need to do at some point in time is just go up here to like this top layer, and I could do it in a other layer, but I just need to like pump this vibrance up and this saturation up to make it look extra saturated. But then it's like, do I want extra saturated, or do I want something like this where it's more laid back? And that might be more the vibe I want. I do like how that looks though. When you turn it on and off, you go, oh, I need that on there all the time. All right, I need to add more bigger. Oh, I got enough pixels on here. I've hit the goals I wanted to do with this, essentially. I guess what I could do... There's something on here, though. What happens if I do this? If I just add a... See, I just make this a regular design and then just throw a gradient map on top of it and call it a day. And just be like, here you go. Here's my design. Enjoy. But here's the thing. Like, this looks cool. I think I'm going to keep this gradient map on here. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a square brush. I don't want a drop shadow square. I want a hard square brush. And make it super large. And basically just draw in my own pixels of where I want that to come in. Kind of like this. So there's just some spots where I want that to come through. It's basically just like a Minecraft brush. Nadal, you want to make a Wemby Nightmare Before Christmas design, but haven't been able to get it look good. Yeah, that's a good idea. It's like making him Slender Man. It's really would be like finding the right photo. The issue, I would say, is you gotta figure out how to make it look like Wemby still, but also make it look like Jack the Pumpkin King. We talk about Jack the Pumpkin King too much on this stream because my nephew Jack loves him. Yeah, because you do this, you'd have to find, like, you can just put him in a suit that has stripes on it. And this, it's just the head part. You basically just have to give him these big eyes. It would be more if you take Jack the Skellington and put him in a Wemby jersey. That might be the easier play because it'll be hard to make him look like Jack the Pumpkin King. Other than his suit. If you give him just basically a suit, I think that might work. Okay, sort of the whole point of this is I don't want you to know where you're supposed to look. I think I need to put up here, I need this to say the alien, not just alien. Right? So So how can we fix that? Yeah, like really what you could do is, like I have a photo of Wemby somewhere. Right? I got all these photos of Wemby's. So like here's a photo I downloaded of, like I didn't use this one, but like here's this photo. You'd have to like put him into a suit, give him the stuff, use a gradient map, I would say, to whiten his face out. You'd almost have to just go in and just fix his whole head and just make his head just like this, but then he just looks like googly-eyed. It depends on what you would have to do. Oh, if you can find a photo of him in the Slender Man costume, that would be even better. Corey, I'm not seeing a link. Corey, just DM me on Instagram if you follow me. It's just Bradley Jack Design. I'm gonna go to Instagram, as you can see I'm typing. Or if you followed me on there, I can find it easily. If I search Corey Wilson, is that where it's gonna pop up? Oh yeah, I found you. Here, this is what Corey posted. Edited 3 days ago. Give it a like. Here's the thing, when I critique stuff, it's sort of like, what was the purpose of this thing? And I mean, it seems like you did what you wanted to do. Like, you have Jaden in a realistic setting. You made a tank look like it's for the Commanders. I don't really have much to say on this. You got cool stuff on the front. You lit this decently. It looks like he's in the scene. The only thing that's bugging me is like these planes up here that all look like the exact same plane. You can kind of tell they're all the exact same plane. This is like you've got front here, front here. I might add a lens dirt on top of this, but like it's not necessary. I will say it does look a little flat with contrast, which I guess a little bit of depth would fix from that. I'm not sold on this up here is mainly what it is. Like if I hide that, I don't know what you would put up there. You'd have to put like a plane up there because of the composition. Oh, you would change the alien font on here. Yeah, I know. I found this online, so I kind of wanted to keep it there. Just like as a used found asset. I don't really have anything to say to this. I think it's solid. Could just be like the color casting people might not like, and like you might not need all of this lighting on here because it's pretty light outside, you know. Just be sort of gray everything out, but I don't have much to say on it. I think it's pretty solid. It's what I would expect to see from like stuff I've done. Like someone might request something like that. Like who was it? NBC Sports. If like it was Sunday Night Football, they might post that. Like they came in victorious. They might not like the tank for like posting reasons, but like it's a personal design. Deal with it. Okay, I think the last thing I want to add is some dots to this. How do I want to do that? I want to make a new document that's the exact same size as this, and I want to grab the gradient tool and let's make a bunch. Let's make, how do I want to do this? I want to invert this. I want to do this, this, and this. Combine all these together. I don't really want to mosaic it. Oh, I do though, but I want to do it in a specific way. What I want to do first, though, is I want to give this a halftone color. And if I make the halftone color channels all the same, it'll make it look like dots. And then what if I mosaic that on top? Can I untop this? On top. Can I not do that? There we go. This is kind of what I wanted. This is more of what I wanted. If I make this 16. If I make this 4. No, 8's the sweet spot. I think I just need to go in here and go to levels and drop this down like that. Save this. Oh god, this is a whole new thing. Okay, let's just do this. Combine this. Corey, no problem on the feedback. You're asking now. I don't use gigapixel usually. I've used it in the past. For these images, I didn't use it because they were high res enough that I just liked how they looked. But if I need to use it, I'll use it. All right. Do we need to put anything underneath Victor Wembanyama? Like, I feel like we need to put something down here. What if we set this to make this white? And then exclusion, or is it difference? It's the same thing, right? Because it's white. It's not going to change at all. Go back. Oh, God. When I edit my photos, I don't use gigapixels. Sometimes I don't like how it softens everything out. Like, I like to use the crispiest photos that I can. So that's why I might not use that initially. But if I am given a photo by a client and it's god awful and garbage and I have to blow it up, then I'm going to blow it up. But usually when I look for images, I look for images that are like 4 or 6 megapixels or larger. Okay, so what do I want to do here? You're here for the layer labeling segment of the stream. All right, let's layer some labels here. Let's group some stuff together. Let's do that, actually, like in a less humorous fashion. We're going to group this together. Let me go background. When I label stuff, like, I like to do it in all caps because I will tend to not have stuff spelled right, or I'm not spelled right. If I do it in all caps, it's fine. So this is the Frutiger Aero part. What is this? This is outline shape. With these, we'll group these. These are chrome shapes. You have a 1. Put this together. Put this as the text. This is G. These are chrome court lines. A little hyphens in front of it for no reason. Put this in a group. Big main head background. Do some logo exclusions. What are these? This is mouth back. Let's see, so I do stuff mouth back. Mouth main. And group these together and just type in mouth. Just group this together into eyeballs. These are the outlines. Eye outlines. This is the alien text. Alien text. There's probably no point in putting this into a group. What is this? Bottom left Wemby. Then we got top left. Top right Wemby. Eyes on Wemby left. Eyes on Wemby right. Just big old overlays, flares. There. Everything's labeled now. Safe. I feel like there's one other thing I was going to add to this. I had an idea. And it might have been stuff outlined, but I think this is a pretty solid spot. So let's do a bunch of stuff up here at the top for some final edits. And just see how this will look. So we're going to Gaussian blur, that's good. We're going to set to lighten. And what that's going to do is going to give this sort of glowy effect. We're going to set that to 50%. We're not going to edit it at all. We're going to make a new layer. And with this layer, I'm going to use... I've recently got the Nick collection. So we're going to open up that and play around. So the Nick collection has, it's sort of like Topaz, but not. But this is what we're looking at. So it has all these like preset stuff. So like here's Autochrome that adds a bunch of stuff to it, which like might be what you want. But these are some default effects that you can do. If I want to make it black and white, I can make it black and white. Do some stuff with this. But it does a whole bunch of stuff over here on the side. So let me see what the latest stuff I did was using this. I don't even know what these is. Nah. Lexi, I got the collection on Black Friday. And I'm expensing it to my business account. So let me look. You can try for 30 days too, which is kind of cool. It's 100 something. They're doing a buy two get 25% off. It's like 160 bucks. I think I got it like 30% off or something like that. It's not bad, and it's not a yearly thing. It's a you bought it. Now you can upgrade if they, you know, come out with the next collection. But there's a bunch of different things you can do with it. Like there's 6 or 7 different things, and I haven't fully played around with it to know what I'm doing with this yet. But like this antique blur is kind of nice, but so it adds all of this stuff over here. So it's got this blur strength. So this is like the blur it does. So you can boost the highlights. Like this is like a bokeh thing you can add. You can do basic adjustments. So I can like, if I exit out of all of these, I can basically go down here and like add effects. And I haven't played around with this enough to like really get the hang of this. Where is it at? But this is cool. Like I like doing, like there's film types on here. Where's it at? Where do I add things? See, I don't use this enough to even remember where things are. Because I thought they were just over here. Histogram loop. I don't remember where it is. It's gone. But you can add these different film types and stuff like that. I'm gonna hit cancel. I actually don't know if I want to do that. So I've got a blurring, kind of fun. Let's just go in here and let's just do what I usually would do is I just go to camera raw. And you can do stuff inside camera raw. Now the cool thing about the other filters, you can add stuff and also do camera raw essentially. What do I want to do with this? Let's add some contrast, bump the highlights. Let's drop the highlights down. Shadows. Color, let's just add a little bit of vibrance to it. Effects, let's, it's always good to add a little bit of clarity. And dehaze it a teeny bit. Let's add some grain. Probably need some grain. The cool thing we can do here is with color grading. So I like to put this in like sort of a default area. So let's do the midtones in this sort of blue. The shadows then. We do it in this Maybe we don't do anything with the shadows. What are the highlights? You do something with the highlights? Let's do that. What is this before and after? Yeah, it just kind of colors it a little bit. It's kind of how I like it. Let's do that. Do you want to add a vignette to this? Why is this doing nothing? There it goes. Let's add a little bit of a vignette. A distortion on this might look cool. I loved playing with distortions when I was doing my 365. It was really fun. I'll do a 5 and that'll be okay. Lens blur, we don't need to play with. Calibration, let's see what we got going on here. I don't want to mess that up. Green primary. Can bump this over here a little bit. And the blue primary. Bump it up, but then that messes with the green, so I need to move the green back. But you see it just completely destroys the green when I mess with the blue, because yellow and blue do that. So maybe I don't mess with these at all. What does that look like? Does that look better than what I had before? Before, after? Yeah, I like that. And I'll make this like 102, so it fills up the whole space again. Cool. Hello, Graphic Dan. Welcome to the end of the stream. I think we're pretty much done. We did what we wanted to do. I wanted to make something kooky. I wanted to have pixels. I wanted to do this Frutiger Aero-y sort of deal. This is just chaos. Let's add a high pass to this. And let's just see if we can set this to overlay at like 66%. It should add a little bit of sharpening to it, which it is and isn't doing. I don't know if I want that blur. I don't think I like the blur. So this is what we started with. I mean, this is where we were a couple hours ago. You know, we were here. This is what we were looking at. We were stressing. And then we ended up with this, which is pretty solid. Let me delete these. And the only thing I know we could theoretically add to this is like some glitchy stuff. But I don't know if I want to do that. And actually, some of the colors are bugging me a little bit. So let me grab a selective color layer and see if I can fix that. Mainly his skin tone. It's bugging me a little bit. But then the greens, I want to get rid of this. Add some cyan. What happens if I turn this on and off? Yeah, I need to turn this on. Corey, is there any filter overlays you could add on top? Yeah, I mean, I've already got a bunch of color lookups, which are usually pretty good. And I'm trying to think of like the vibe of this, if what I would want to put on top of this. Like I could put like some sort of papery texture on it, but then that would sort of kill some of the depth. We don't have a lot of depth on this though. Also, this text is not supposed to be that color. That's better. Let's fix that. Boo. Drag this down here, delete this, grab this, put this up here. I want the selective color, but I want the selective color to only be on parts of his face because it's destroying the green. So I'm just gonna go in manually with this and just paint back in on his skin. And basically what this is doing is just tweaking the reds and the yellows and darkening it up a little bit. Because I thought the skin tone contrast was a little bit funky. All right, what do you guys think? So we could add a couple filter overlays. I don't want to muddy it up too much. Not that it would muddy it up, but like, I think when I sat down to do this, This is pretty much what I wanted to come away with. Something super weird that nobody would like except for me, and that's all that matters in this specific style. Let me just, oh, you know what we could add? I think we can add one of my parallel packs to this. Listen, Lexi, I make stuff that I like. I don't care if anybody else likes it. I make things I like. And this is fun. What haven't I done in a while I could add to this? Not a distortion. Could do that. So if I add a layer here, I could get rid of the red channel. And then what if I rotate this? Okay, it's red. That's what I thought. I don't want to do any motion on this, Lexi. You're giving me too much work right now. Do I want green and blue? No, I just want green and blue. Yeah, let's do that. Let's rotate this back. There. Now it's hard to look on the edges now. Little sort of chromatic aberration. But then let's take this. Let's slam this thing down, flip it, and reverse it. And then we'll take the logo exclusions, grab these and mask that to that. So then it looks like this. No, we don't want to do that. Then we filter this out. We blur the crap out of this so you can't tell what's going on. Yeah, we're going to delete that layer. All right, I think I'm going to stop here. I think this is pretty good. Considering it's been 2 hours. 2 hours, hey, I'm pretty happy with this in 2 hours. That's pretty solid. Yeah. So here's weirdness right here. Right here on the screen. Thank you guys for joining me today. Let me add actually one more little thing. Let me just do this. This is a little, I don't know, fun trick people like to do. Really brighten those whites up. Before, after. Before, after. Yeah, that's good. Let me go to blacks. Let's add a little contrast it up. I need to do that sometime. I need to mess with the blacks and just like kill them. I like how that looks. Cool. So, hey, thank you guys for joining me today. I'm going to try and do this once or twice a week, depending on my workload. Probably going to work in the morning and then do some stuff like this in the afternoon. Do crazy stuff like this. So, if you want to stick around, hit that subscribe button, which should pop up something on the screen here, but it's super broken. But listen, chat is working today, which I have not been able to get to work. So, I'm going to try and do this once a week to just like hang out, make something. If you guys want me to critique stuff, great. If you want to talk about design stuff, cool. Let me know. If you want me to show you something, you know, anything goes essentially in that avenue. So I'm going to figure out a cool caption for this on Instagram and Twitter, get this thing posted. I'll see you guys next time. I don't know when I'm going to do this again. I might do this again tomorrow, but I'll be back next week at some point in time to make something new. If you want to give me a suggestion on something to make, let me know. Usually I lean stuff towards sports cards because I like sports cards, but the sky's the limit with that. So until then, I will see you guys next time. Thank you for sticking around with me. Again, hit that like and subscribe button because we're on YouTube and that's how this thing works. But until next time, you guys have a lovely weekend if I don't see you tomorrow, or you guys have a lovely rest of your day.